Men jag tänker sådär att vi startar upp dagens webbinarie. God morgon och hjärtligt välkomna till morgonens webbinarie som tillsammans med mig, Tim Ljunggren på Synergia och Henry på Markedroid så kommer vi prata olika EMS-lösningar. Det känns väldigt kul för oss på Synergia att vi har varit med Markedroid här under nästan ett halvår och fått se väldigt många olika sajter kopplas upp med deras smarta styrning. Och innan vi liksom går rakt in på Markedroid så ska Henry såklart få berätta lite om vilka de är och vad liksom de försöker göra. Men jag skulle vilja liksom lyfta blicken lite grann liksom i det här ja, men där vi befinner oss just nu i solenergibranschen tycker jag är ganska spännande. Vi har en del av hårdvaran som börjar bli mer och mer tillgänglig för alla. Det betyder att priserna på batterier och energilager har fortsatt ner de senaste både åren men också månaderna. Vilket har gjort dem mer tillgängliga för den stora massan. Det man också ser då är kompatibiliteten från växelriktaren till batterierna. Där om man tar till exempel varumärken såsom Solis så sitter man inne på nästan uppemot 70 stycken olika integrationer till olika batterier. På grund av att liksom protokollen är standardiserade. Och det vi ska prata om idag, det är egentligen den andra sidan. Alltså hur kan vi från växelriktaren styras? Det vill säga, vi har ett EMS-system, ett Energy Management-system som kommer skicka signaler till våran växelriktare vad vi ska göra. Det är ganska spännande här. Vi går ju under veckan här över till kvartspriser. Och vi kommer se mer svängningar på elmarknaden. Vi kommer se mer smartness som kommer behövas för att egentligen ta hand om de här svängningarna och vad man kan göra själv. Ehm, och liksom, här blir ju då hårdvaran blir ena sidan och mjukvaran blir andra. Där man även då, om vi tar Solis fortsatt som exempel, så har man ju liksom flera integrationer till olika EMS-leverantörer. Jag skulle säga att det blir en otrolig flexibilitet för er som installatörer att kunna egentligen kombinera det EMS-systemet, den hårdvaran, växelriktaren och den hårdvaran i batteri som man vill ha. Och faktum är att det börjar ju väldigt mycket likna mobiltelefoner. Där man liksom köper sin mobiltelefon, hårdvaran och investerar pengar i någonting som man ska ha, i alla fall några år. Och sen EMS-systemet, det blir det skulle man nästan kunna se som simkortet som man köper till. Om man vill ha ett simkort med mycket surf eller om man vill ha gratis samtal eller vilken typ av nu abonnemang man vill ha, så är det som gör själva användarupplevelsen och det som man kanske får ut av sitt system eh, och det som man kanske interagerar mest med. Det här kommer vara ett webbinarie på engelska och det kommer vara alldeles välkommet att ställa frågor. Då kommer ni kunna göra det via chatten. Och vi kommer även ha en liten Q&A session på slutet. But it's with warm hands I will let the microphone and video over to you, Henry, in Estonia.
Yeah. Hello to everyone. First of all, thank you, Tim, for inviting me to speak up about our company and our product. And yeah, maybe what is my role in Markedroid? I'm the partnership manager, and my main role is then the commercial side and the client relationship management for the partners. In today's webinar, I will go over, make a high-level overview about our company, why Markedroid EMS is unique, speak about our basic functionality, how our AI optimization works. Then I walk through which integrations we have made with which inverter brands. Then speak about our pricing model and what is the difference between the EMS Premium and EMS Lite. And finally, speak about what is next for the Swedish market and how to become then our official partner.
Maybe I should also say a few words, Henry, that we're thinking that this should be more like the eye-opener of Markedroid. We are together with Markedroid and Henry's team also planning for a more technical in-depth with a lot of more details and buts and yeah, on very detailed level, so to say. And we're planning to do that in a couple of weeks. So see this more as the inspiration and that we open the door to Markedroid universe, and then we will have plenty of more times to dig deeper into all further question. So Henry,
Yeah,
take it away.
it's more like high level like overview, and like Tim said, that we can have like a more deep session for every topic separately. Just a little bit about Markedroid. We are an Estonian founded company, and we are like a EMS provider. And we have been on the market 2 years, and our main focus is then managing the batteries and the solar parks. And at the moment, we are managing like 50 megawatts of batteries and 30 megawatt solar power across Europe. And our like main goal is to be the like most adaptable energy management platform, and our goal is then to maximize our end customers, businesses or residential homes. They like make the maximal profit from their assets, and we are connecting them with our device. Like I said, that we are across Europe, and at the moment we are live in 12 countries. That means that in those countries we have like one site like active, and in Sweden we have reached this 200 sites milestone, and we are at the moment managing like 3 megawatt of assets in Sweden for batteries then.
Henry, just a little bit curious question. What market do you see as most favorable for batteries today in Europe from your perspective?
Um, I think that in those countries which we are, I think Sweden, also Netherlands, and also Germany. Yeah, they are like the biggest market. There's have been some limitations. They have not done their smart meter rollout, and the regulations are quite tricky. But I think those are those countries which will involve quite fast with the battery installations. Yeah, maybe the question why the end customers and the installers should choose then an external EMS provider like Markedroid. First of all, the value what we can generate. We have our site-specific AI optimization based on the dynamic pricing, and top of that, we can add this participation on the flexibility markets. That means that we can stack the value for the end customers. Easy installation. We have like a local EMS. We have like a great box, and it's like very easy to install. You must only add the internet cable and the power supply cable, and the connectivity is then established with the assets through Modbus TCP. The only thing is that you must ensure that our device and the assets are on the same network. And this Modbus TCP, it supports this multi-asset and vendor support. That means that you can connect and orchestrate with one device, with the Markedroid device, all of the assets. Integrations, like I said previously, at the moment, our main focus and expertise is managing solar parks and batteries. And we have like a wide range of inverters connected with our device. At the moment, we are also expanding in the CNI segment, that we have made a lot of integration with the CNI batteries. And we have also made some first use cases with heat pumps. We have to make the connectivity through Shelly Smart Plug. And one important thing for the installers itself is our partner compensation model. That means if you're our physical partner and your installation use Markedroid EMS, then we give back 25% of the subscription to the installer. That means that you can transform your one-time installation to like recurring revenue model. And maybe one option that we also can do for the foreign markets is that we can make a white label with the installer branding or a distributor branding, that you can go to the market with your own branding. using our core product then. And we are making also this for this mobile application, the branding. And last, what we got feedback and what is also important, and we think our interface is user-friendly, both for the installer and the end customers. And we have also mobile app that the end customers can see their like site real time and what is the situation there. We have for it both for iOS and Android. And like I said, we can make this mobile app also like a white label for the installer.
What I also think like is a very, very neat and very simple feature that you have is that here you highlight how much have I earned on my Markedroid device. And I think like that is one of the best sales pitches ever, that the customer can follow in real time how much do they earn on the system.
Yeah, it's like very easy from like real time from the mobile app, and most of the customers they're checking like I don't know stock markets, how much the
Too
how
many
much the
times a day.
assets are made profit for them. um, yeah, but yeah, in like simple terms, what is then our value proposition that we connect the assets and then we make it like a smart hubs or virtual power plants, and then we have like a AI what makes the decisions what is the best thing to do in different time slots to buy, sell, or store energy. And the main goal is to maximize the financial benefits. It can be the savings, or it can be also that you can earn from the market extra.
Henry, from your perspective, I mean, all the different OEM vendors, like all the manufacturers of inverters, they have also some kind of hardware, software with EMS functionality. Everybody has like a built-in AI. What would you say is the big benefit of using an external EMS system as you're providing?
I think it's external is that it can be like future proof that you can add different assets to it. It must not be in the same ecosystem. I guess like I don't know, take an example that you have Solis, then you have this their own EMS, but you cannot add new assets to it. You can only add like the same hardware ecosystem things. And also one very important thing is that we can go to the flexibility markets with our device because it's local EMS and also the data exchange is like so good that you can go like to the FCR market. I think this is like very important fact why you should like use external EMS.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
And yes, like I said, that how is then the AI making the right decisions? That how he knows what is the best decision to do. For that, he needs to know a lot of data. But what is important for AI planner that we predict the solar prediction, how much is the in the 24 hours then the solar production, and what is the consumption prediction. For that, we train our models, and also we train our models with historical data and also with the forecast data. We get the weather forecast for it. Then we are setting up the site pricing. That means that we're taking from the Nord Pool spot prices 24 hours ahead, set up the energy packages, what is the end customer's import price, what is the export price, and what are these grid tariffs then. And what we can also change that we can a little bit customize the AI planning, that some of the end customers, they want to more prioritize the self-consumption. Some of them want to get more from the selling to the grid, but it's a little bit, you can change your AI settings based on what is your like main priority. And what is also needed for this AI planner is the local setup. We need to know what is the solar production, what is the battery size. And based on that, our AI planner makes the most optimal plan for the 24 hours And yeah, but it's also like very important that like in life, if something changes, the solar prediction changes, the self-consumption habits change, then our AI planner adjusts the plan. It's like real-time adaptation. And this is then the outcome. Is like this automatically generated plan for the client or the end customer. And yeah, at the moment is that it has this 50 minutes interval that it's at the moment that supports this 50 minutes trading. And like a previous said that our AI planner it takes in consideration like a lot of different aspects how to generate the plan. But we have also enabled for the end customers the possibility that they can change the plan also manually, and they can even lock the plan. That means that if they lock the plan like for the whole period, then our AI planner don't interfere with this plan. But like I said, if you lock the full plan by yourselves, then if there's something happens, the circumstances changes, then it can be like the bad decisions also or not the best optimal decisions.
I'm
But you
not
can also, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Henry, but I'm not really sure how I should see it. Like, it feels like many of the tech-savvy end customers, they are really into AI and the new technology, but they're also very into their energy bill, and they want to continuously optimize. So, I mean, you're offering a solution where you can have this like AI schedule for the next 24 hours, and you're also allowing the customer to do their own adjustments. I think it's like an autopilot, but with a feature to do some small changes if you want to. And I think that's a really big benefit. Instead of like trusting the computer 100%, you give the customer the ownership of their site.
Yeah, but in some cases also the end customer maybe knows that his like consumption habit changes. I don't know, he has like a sauna party or something, that he can adjust it manually. And yeah, we have like two possibilities for this manual adjustment, that it can only like change some slots, but the other slots then the AI can like adjust. But you can also lock the whole plan. That means that our AI not interferes with the plan, but the end user has set and locked. Um, yeah, like we previously said that we what are our benefits? We are like showing in our dashboard the wins or the benefits, and a little bit just short about those also. The first one is then the battery arbitrage. There we are taking then or I is taking the advantage based on this spot prices fluctuations. That means that in very simple that we are charging the battery if the prices are high, and then using the energy if the prices that we are charging if the prices are low, and then using if the prices are high. That can be both ways, that we can use the low priced energy for the self-consumption, or we are selling to the grid back. Yeah, then the AI calculates what is the most beneficial to do for it. And so this figure we are showing in monetary value.
Henry, just a comment on that. I think like many people get it a little bit wrong about like what the AI should do, and I think you said it pretty good there. That I mean, if you take a standard setup like maximize self-consumption without AI, without any smartness, you're basically controlling the power and the energy flow in your system based on if you're exporting or importing. But with an external system as yours, you're also considering how should I get most money of all my kilowatt hour and utilize my system uh, to the full capabilities. And I think that's a very big difference in, do you want to like control the system for buying as little kilowatt hours as possible, or do you want to earn as much money as possible? Those two are not the same.
Yeah, but yeah, or like AI planner, it considers both options. What is the most beneficial then, like to save or then to get the extra money from the export? Um, The next feature, the next benefit what we are covering in our dashboard is the smart sales. In very easy, that means that they're selling in the peak hours solar production energy back to the grid to get like maximum value for it. And yeah, why we call it smart sales? That yeah, we sell it in the peak hours, the surplus energy, and yeah, if we need the energy for the battery, then we take it from the grid. If the prices are like very low, then we can like add extra revenue from our solar production for it. This negative price protection, this we show in hours. This feature is like very important if there are sometimes the spot prices selling back to the grid are negative. That means that our platform adjusts the production so that we are charging the battery or using for the self-consumption, that we are not feeding back to the grid. Then you must like pay for it to sell to the grid if the prices are negative. And this we're also showing in hours how much were the prices negative selling back to the grid.
Are these negative prices, Henry, something that you see in all markets where you operate?
I think that in the most we see it in Estonia, that we have like in the summer times a lot of like times where when the prices are negative. And but I think it's quite most in Estonia. This feature is like very important in Estonia. I don't even, maybe you even know
I mean, we
how
have a
much it's in
lot of
Sweden.
negative hours, and we are expecting them to be many more. The Swedish exports have increased the last couple of years, and we have also installed more solar powers. I mean, this is uh, I think it's like you should see it as like you don't want to export when the price is negative, and you offer the control of not selling when the price is negative. And I think that's like it's not only of gaining money, it's also about like saving money. And
Yeah,
the feature that definitely adds up to that.
it's like you must like pay for it if you're selling to the negative prices. Yeah, you must. It's
Yeah.
then
And
you're like saving money
and
for it.
and I think like a lot of people get this also a little bit wrong in terms of like if the prices are negative, which will happen mostly during summertime, midday, that's when you have low consumption, your battery will most probably be full, and the sun is shining on your solar panels. And what we're doing is that we are limiting the exports during that period of time. And I would honestly say that those like either you pay to get rid of the kilowatt hours or that you limit your exports. I mean, we're really householding with the resources by doing this price protection.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit how to say that in the summer the like solar production is the highest, but the self consumption is the like lowest, and also the prices are like negative. And it's like
Yeah.
very important in the summer times that you not pay for it to sell to the grid. Battery protection. This is like one feature what we have added to protect the home battery, that to prevent that heavy consumers drain up the home battery. Heavy consumers can be like EV chargers, sauna, and we have like added this to our platform that you can add like activation level, that if you like exceed like I don't know 5,000 watts for the self consumption, then we take the energy from the grid. Yeah, and the last one, that the previous ones were then the benefits what we can generate based on our AI optimization and our dynamic pricing. But the one thing that we can add top of that is in this imbalance markets participation or the flexibility markets participation. In our model, that we are not traders, we are giving like a pool, and we always need like a third party who is the aggregator, who is then aggregating the assets. And in Estonia, we have it up and running for 3 months. We have more than 400 sites on the flexibility markets. managing then more than 25 megawatts. And in Estonia, we have like even two aggregators, and the end customers can then choose behind two aggregators. But for every country, then we need like a aggregator. Then like it's always like the model is so that we are giving the assets, but we need then the third party aggregator who is like managing in the stocks those.
Yeah, and maybe we can say a few words about like what's coming for all the Swedish customers is of course that you're working on this.
Yeah.
I think it will be publicly announced shortly. We will not say today. Uh, and also like for everyone that has an asset or have an asset, they of course need to take part of the pre-qualification process with the Swedish TSO, Svenska kraftnät. So that will be a couple of months more before you connect your site to the flexibility markets. But I think it's really good that Markedroid can show that they are already doing this in other countries, also with multiple aggregators, which I think it's like from the customer perspective really nice because that gives them even more flexibility of what provider they can choose, and also that I mean even if I also would say that the at least how I see it is that the flexibility market in Sweden is people see it as like it's not worth it, it's not good, it's not like but I think that's like from historical problems. Yes, the market is not um, as strong in revenue as it has been, but you can definitely gain some extra money by participating on the flexibility services and and stabilizing the grid with frequency. But I also see it as more like a philosophical thing where if we have not only tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of small batteries that can help stabilizing the grid, that would also be a big and huge benefit for the society as a whole. So I really think like, yes, self-consumption is important, but we should not uh, don't do flexibility. We should do both.
Yeah, and also it's like the end customers can choose if they want to participate there. I think that there is like even like a new term that not even prosumers then flexumers, or
Yes.
that you're adding like this one layer on top of that, you can be on the pre-stabilization also with your assets. But I think this is the future. Uh, okay, and maybe one important feature what we have, but is also can be very useful for Swedish market, that we can limit the grid import in our platform, that we can set the level, like a level how much we can like import from the grid, that we can limit this. And why it's important that just the protection side, but also if your grid fees are based on the highest consumption peaks, we can a little bit limit it. Then if the electricity bills are not so high, then this is like one feature that we have at the moment. It's not fully covering the how to say the peak shaving functionality, but a little bit helps to cover this use case also for the Swedish market. And and now this is the overview of the integrations what we have made. We are at the moment very focused on the hybrid inverter side. You can see from the right side the logos or the brands, but we have also prepared a more detailed table for it, where you can see all of the inverter brands and the models, and which limitations those models have, and we can share this table with you, and you can see which inverters we have at the moment enabled. And like I said, that we are also growing in the CNI segment, that we have also made integrations to the CNI batteries, like starting from this 200 kilowatt hours.
And I think you also said it very good, Henry, that there is not exactly the same functionality in all different inverters. So
Yeah,
like more complicated setups, I definitely and I highly suggest everyone to really check the compatibility of the functionality you want and the inverter you want to use in your project. So you're not disappointed in what's included and what's not, because this is available for you. And
yeah,
if you're a little bit unsure, please contact us and we will help you.
yeah. And like I said, it's like at the moment by September, but we're like adding and enabling all of new. We are adding like new inverters and enabling new functionalities, and yeah, we must also think how to be up to date, because that's the current situation. But in 3 months, the situation can be like very different. But yeah, we think about how to be up, how to help update this table also for you. Yeah, maybe a little bit speak about this multi-vendor support or with different use cases. This is like one feature, but we think is like very valuable for the installers and the end customers, that you can connect different assets and vendor with our one local device. And the most of the use cases what we can at the moment solve is that we can connect multiple string inverters. We can connect one string inverter. We can connect two hybrid inverters, what are different brands. And also we can like make this parallel stacking with the same hybrid hybrid inverter vendors. But like, but there are always some buts, that we have some limitations, and the limitations for this multi-inverter support is that if we have two different hybrid inverter vendors, and both of them have like batteries behind them, then we cannot control them correctly. We have like suggested like a workaround. It's not ideal, but if you have two, I don't know, like Solis and Huawei hybrid inverters, then use one as hybrid. That in those are the batteries, and the other like should act like a string. But yeah, this is not the ideal use case. And yeah, something what our technical team said, but I should also say that if you want to use this parallel stacking for the same vendor, then you must also like check what is the vendor approved way, that this master slave configuration, that you must check what is the approved way to do it.
Yeah, and a good rule of thumb when it comes to like master slave configuration is that every inverter should be the same size, and all batteries connected to each inverter should also be of the same size. So like the whole
Yeah,
cluster is built very similar, so to say.
yeah, the firmwares and stuff.
Yeah.
This is like very important that it works then correctly. But
If you go back one slide, Henry, I would just like emphasize like there is so many possibilities here. I mean, I wrote a blog post just last week about like the retrofit, since we have a lot of inverters in Sweden that are just string inverters, or we also have a bunch of actually solar edge inverters where the customers have inverters on the roof, they have the solar edge inverter, but it's not a hybrid inverter. And they want to add maybe a Solis inverter as a hybrid. And this provides a really good combination to, if both these inverters are in the same home network, Markedroid will aggregate the data and you will get all the data in one app. And I think that's like one of the nicest feature that ever existed. So it's a really nice way of like gathering all the data. I also see like huge benefits, for example, in apartment complexes, bostadsrättsföreningar, where you have multiple inverters, maybe in different placings, but as long as they are in the same home network, we can aggregate the data. So there are like many use cases of this like multi-vendor support.
yeah, that we can orchestrate those together and also show the results also together, the solar production and etc. Yeah, but just so one limitation then you should be aware of. If we have two hybrids, different vendors, then yeah, if both have batteries behind them, then we cannot correct control them. little bit about our pricing. That our pricing is at the moment based on the battery size. We have like for the residential segment, we have it divided to three layers. This 1 to 49, 50 to 99, and 100 to 99. That means that if your battery is like 1 to 49 kilowatt hours, the price is the same. And also we have like differentiator package or the logic of it, that we have EMS Lite and EMS Premium. And the difference is that if the end customer needs this multi-asset support, what I described, then it's EMS Premium. If he has only like one string inverter or one hybrid inverter, then he can choose the EMS Lite package, and the type and the price is then cheaper also. Yeah, and now we have finally reached the last slide and a little bit speak about what is coming next in Sweden. Like we said, that the next near future thing is that we want to unlock the flexibility service for the Swedish market. What is the situation that we have? That we have the third-party aggregator, the contractual topics are settled. And what we can also at the moment say is that the first market will be FCR market. And at the moment we have workshops with the aggregator, and we are designing the customer onboarding flow. And this functionality rollout is also that we must, for every vendor, we must make the rollout. That means that this vendor by vendor, this rollout. The next thing is what is also very important for the Swedish market is then the peak shaving functionality. At the moment, we are covering a little bit with this import limit. We can help about this peak tariffs, but yeah, at the moment the situation is so that we have described the use case with Synergia, and yeah, this is also vendor by vendor rollout. And at the moment we have one candidate where we could start, and the goal is that we have in the next quarter at least one vendor, like one vendor make this functionality available, this peak shaving. This is at the moment our goal. And the third thing is that, like I said, that for this AI planner, you need to add the customer electricity packages. At the moment, we have some beforehand made packages by our team for Swedish market, but we want to make the functionality so that the end customers can make their own custom packages, add their electricity packages, and what are the tariffs, that they can change it by their UI. But this is at the moment the near future. But like I said, that at the moment we are very strong in the battery and solar park managing. But we know that the future-proof system is that you must have more assets, but you can control, and you have this holistic view that all of the assets are in one dashboard, and you also can participate in the flexibility service. In the next years, that we want to add like new assets, heat pumps, EV chargers, sunblocks. I think this is like very important. We know what is the vision and the future-proof EMS, but the main thing is that you must like the interoperability vendor by vendor. You must like add new assets, and also how to build up then the AI model that everything is like working correctly together. Yeah.
And I also think while you are showing this, Henry, is that this is with the Markedroid device that you buy today. I think that's also like a really strong driver of why should I have an external EMS system, because it gets continuous updates and you get new features along the way. That's also like a really good thing. If you're buying something today, then you know that you will be well suited for tomorrow as well.
Yeah, we call it future proof, but there can be like new services, electricity services, etc., that you can like add new stack like new values. But at the moment we are like in this battery and solar park segment very good, but we know what is the future, and we need to add like new features and new assets.
Yeah, we have some questions in the chat, Henry, so I will take them one by one for you. Uh, so, first question is, do you have integration with SMA inverters, or are they in your pipeline?
SMA is in our pipeline, but at the moment we don't have it to it, but it's in our the next ideas what to do. But they are at the moment not so popular in our current markets, but for the German market is like very interesting.
Yeah. Then we have a question from Oscar. Could you use a Markedroid system to control several string inverters together with a hybrid inverter from another brand on the same site while maintaining a good battery management? I guess that's also including like if the string inverters are producing a lot of solar power, can you use it to charge your battery?
Uh, Good question. Maybe even at the moment, maybe it's too technical even. Yeah, maybe I cannot. Maybe I can answer it back afterwards to this question to Oscar with our technical teams.
Yeah, but in general, it's no problem of
The
connecting.
connectivity side, it's
Connecting, I think it depends on while maintaining good battery management, like what you
yeah.
want to accomplish. Is there any like specific limitation in that kind of like multi-asset? Because then the solar production will happen on the string inverters, and the hybrid inverter will most likely only cover charging and discharging of the battery.
Uh, yeah, I think at the moment I must elaborate this topic with our technical teams. Yeah.
Yeah, we will get back to you
Yeah.
with a good answer how the charging and discharging works.
Yeah.
We have a question from Jonas. How does the system take care of the peak power tariffs today?
At the moment we can add just import that end customer can add this import limit that we are limiting the charging from the grid, but this peak shaving functionality we must like roll out vendor by vendor, and we don't have like a fully compliant model for it at the moment.
Yeah, so the peak shaving with the different tariffs and also with the
Uh,
by controlling the peaks with the battery will be something that will be developed during Q4.
yes, this is like very important. Maybe it's even more important for the end customers than the flexibility even.
Yeah. Jonas also emphasized that EV chargers are important. Are you planning to do the integration with OCPP 2.0.1 maybe, or like the one of the open systems so you can connect like multiple different charging points?
Maybe, to be honest, at the moment we haven't like very had time to investigate it, but this is like but we must like to get to familiar with this ecosystem and how to make the first pilot, or what could be the first things how to add it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is in our roadmap, but at the moment we have
Yeah.
main focus was in the Estonian market, expanding with the CNIs and batteries, but now we are like looking more to we have expanded our teams, we are growing, and we need like how to say it's just integration like resources to do it.
Yeah. I think when I spoke to the founders of Markedroid just a couple of weeks ago, they said that this is one of the most likely ways of integrating EV chargers. And but I also like would say that the different EV charging manufacturers, they maybe say that they are very compliant to the different standards, but looking into the details, they are maybe not. So I think like the to be like fully OCPP compliant from both Markedroid's point of view and from the EV charging like the manufacturer is a little bit more complicated than just following the standard of my own experience. But I think we will get there, and the connectivity will just become better. Great. that was actually the last question. For if you want to learn more, I think, yeah, exactly. I think you go ahead, Henry. I was just about to say that we want to stay in contact with you guys.
Yeah, like I said, that we have this partnership model that we are expanding through our partners, and partners are, in our case, then installers. And if you want to become our partner to sell our product, then just have a call if you think this presentation was good and you think it's suitable for the Swedish market. Let's have a call, then we have an introduction, and then we can have this partnership that we make always with the installers. This first pilot, you get familiar with our product, you get familiar how you can install, how easy it is to install our device, and then you can be our partner. And if you're selling our EMS with your installations, then we have this recurring revenue sharing model with our partners. And then we can also go more detail at what is the first setup, what we should test, and the pilot itself. Yeah, I think this is at the moment from my side all. Yeah, so just like a high level, maybe some commercial side presentation, but I think the next webinars are like more technical, and even every topic can go like very deep. Is it flexibility? Is the big saving? Yeah. I think that the next could be then if we have something unlocked. And
Yeah, and I also think like a good example of this, like how to be onboarded as a Markedroid pioneer, is that please schedule a meeting before your first installation, and
yeah,
and allow that meeting to take a little bit of time, and also to get all your questions before the first installation. Because we've seen this like previously, the more educated you as an installer are, the better sales arguments you have, and also that you will have happier customers in the end, because you will be very well prepared. So this is really something that we want you to do.
yeah. I added also for the end slide just this very general onboarding checklist, what must be done. But if you that please contact me, then we have a call. Then I will make you also like an installer account that you can see all of your sites, what you're installing in our web application. And yeah, let's keep in touch. And if you want to make the first pilots with our product.
Yeah, perfect. We have two more questions, Henry, before we close the webinar. One question is, are you also looking into vehicle-to-grid functionality?
What was the question?
If you are looking into vehicle-to-grid functionality to be able to discharge your electric vehicle.
Yeah, I guess this is the main thing about how to connect the EV chargers and EV charge, because electrical cars have like a very big battery. The potential is very high, this 70 kilowatt hours. Or yeah, this is like also one thing what must be then added for if you want to have this future-proof holistic EMS. But yeah, we need like real use cases and start working on it.
Yeah, and I also got a question of the cost of the hardware, and I said that the price is available in Synergia's web shop. And if you're an end customer, you can reach out to Synergia, and we will put you in contact with any one of our customers that are familiar with Markedroid EMS, and we will connect you two guys together. Yeah, so this is it. Roughly an hour. I think you have plenty of information to digest, everyone that you has attended. We will send you out the recording and also the presentation very soon. And I wish you to see you again at our upcoming webinars. And we have a lot of batteries on stock, and we are ready to fulfill your orders. So please contact your local sales rep at Synergia if you want our help. And we will gladly connect our inverters and batteries to Markedroid and their smart EMS system. So thank you very much for attending. See you next time.
Yeah, goodbye. Thank you for your time.